So, my personal conflict metaphor, this is actually kind of hard to decide for me because I am very much a situational person. So, it depends on who I'm in conflict with, like the context of when and where and who. So, I would have to say if I'm in a relationship with someone like my significant other, I try to view conflict as a tide. And like the book says that the tides are predictable only through observation and careful record keeping. And if the relationship is equal and trusting, like tides, so just in that alone, I think with your significant other, you should very much be trusting and share that trust with one another. So I try to view those kinds of relationships, especially like conflict as a tide. However, in other relationships, like with parents, I tend to view conflict as a trial. I feel like I'm on trial, and my wording, I may go back and forth with like warlike, but sometimes I feel like I'm being attacked, even though I'm absolutely not, but I get defensive. But the book says conflict is a trial, or it commonly accepted system for managing social conflict, and it's a trial-like situation. So he's got the best case. You're accusing me. Don't you dare accuse me. So I feel like I definitely say phrases like that when I'm in conflict with my parents, or especially like in the past. So those are I think my two strongest ways that I view conflict. I try to balance it out, but it's a struggle. And then moving on to my way I view conflict. Sorry, I'm trying to read the directions at the same time so I can give you guys exactly the conflict system that I use. So in the book, we have avoiding, we have aggressiveness and coercive, and we have collaborative. So I'm a little bit of everything. I've taken lots of personality tests, but I tend to often be either avoiding or collaborative. And again, I think that just depends on the situation that I'm in. But what I've learned is that sometimes my avoiding, I used to say it was just avoiding, but sometimes it's postponement, which is what I learned in chapter 5. And so, but sometimes I avoid, and but I only avoid until I've collected my thoughts, so that way I can hopefully approach that conflict in the best way possible, because sometimes, as we learn in the book, that your good intentions and how you phrase something may not give you a good impact. But that's typically what I try to do. But I'm also very collaborative, especially if we have a common goal at hand. Like being on the tennis team at ACU, our common goal was to win. And how are we going to win? We have to talk about the things that are going to lead us to win, like cheering for one another, working hard in the weight room, training room together, and working hard on the court together. So if we're not doing those things, that can create conflict. And so when we can go back to a central goal of what we want to achieve, then that can certainly help. So that is my personal conflict metaphor, and I hope I did this right. Thank you.